Welcome everyone to another episode of The Road Back. My name is Nicole.
I'm Kim, and we are bringing you an interesting person today. Definitely one of the biggest factions in MCW right now is the cartel. So we are, is the word fortunate? Or are we fortunate to have a member of the cartel?
I'd say so, as long as, they're not attacking us. Or
That's true, because usually
they're
when
not
you
all
see
here,
one,
right?
you see many, so let's hope we only have one. But our guest today is Lord Diaz, and we have a lot to cover with him because there's actually a lot I don't think most people know about him. So definitely a bunch to get into. Yeah. But before we bring him out, the highlights of one Lord Diaz.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Did we just watch the right thing?
It's usually a highlight, but that seemed to be a lot of you getting your butt kicked. Is that what you wanted us to see? Did we air the wrong thing?
No, no. That was pretty much it.
Okay. Well,
Wait, what are you wearing? It's quite an outfit you got going on.
It's a
The
statement.
pants
It's-
match the headband. You got a hoodie. What's going on here?
You're right. It's a little spicy in here. That was a great idea. Thank you. Appreciate that.
that's much better. Yeah, that's much better.
Thank you.
Welcome to The Road Back. We are excited to have you.
Well, I'm glad. I'm excited that you're excited. Finally. So, I've seen a couple of episodes, and you seem to be real excited to see everybody else. But temperature's a little low for your boy here. What's really going on here?
Well, I think we'd have to acknowledge that you're part of a pack. You don't often travel alone, and you guys are not the most...
Oh, what's that name over there?
We already know he's not here.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, he must have been over there. Look out!
There's no one behind me. Though I did look.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, you're new.
Am I?
Well, what have you done in this year off? I mean, we're going to get into some of the stuff that I don't think people necessarily know. But cartel-wise, I mean, you guys were there. You were out in full force. You guys were sneak attacking and doing all the dirty tricks that the cartel is known for. And then a year off.
Yeah, so the last time you saw Lord Diaz in the ring was actually against Action Andretti, one of the up-and-comers here at the MCW Training Center over in Galena, Maryland. And little did we know that because of the global gimmick, everything would get shut down. And it was a shame because up until that point, the cartel has been running roughshod all over MCW. Little backstory, when I first came here about 4 or 5 years ago, really didn't make the splash that I thought I was going to. I was in opening matches, dark matches, exhibitions, and wasn't really doing much. But eventually Dante, he saw something, pulled me aside and said, hey, you know, let's you know, link up and figure out what we can do together. And, you know, ever since then, we've been tearing it up. I went from...
Do you think it was your fashion sense?
Well, I mean, look, this drip is out of control. You're drowning in it right now. It's just...
How are things with the cartel going?
Well, I mean, if I'm being honest, I mean, really don't know. Haven't really talked to Dante much. Haven't seen Ricardo, really. Diego is off doing other things. I'm going to just say that it's probably because I'm too busy doing my thing to see what the cartel's doing, which is a shame because once Dante plucked me up from obscurity, I was in the main event. I was wrestling Scott Steiner, Rhett Titus. I was killing it. Then all this happened. But I didn't see it as a negative because I actually turned it on its head. And I utilized a little bit of my other talents and contribute to this place in some ways more than I ever did inside the ring.
Well, that's true. I don't think most people know that you actually have a very large hand in a lot of the production and the behind-the-scenes stuff. So, well, technically it's a little hand, but figuratively, it's a large hand. And, you know, you're producing the podcast, the MCW cast. You are also doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes production for, you know, the actual, you know, shows and things like that. And I believe you've had a hand in production of MCW's Breakthrough. So you are in and out of the ring a needed person. And you are necessary personnel, I guess.
And let's not forget the graphic design, too. You know, you've had a hand in that as well.
Well, it's very kind of you two. Thank you for putting me over like that. And
There's
you know,
something else, though. I think I heard that you may or may not have gotten a pretty cool little job to that end.
well, this is true. This is true. So, ever since I started wrestling about 17 years ago, even before that, in high school, I did graphic design. Went to school for it, all 4 years. I utilized that inside of my backyard wrestling promotion as a kid, started doing graphics for them. And ever since then, once I became pro, I started doing graphics for every promotion I was working for. Eventually, came to MCW, and they didn't ask me, but I started doing the posters. And they seemed to like it, so they gave me more work, and that kind of parlayed into match graphics, Facebook banners, Twitter banners, Titantrons, ring aprons, gear, logos, all of it. And there's not a part of this building, not a thing that you see on the website, not a thing you see on the YouTube page that doesn't have my fingerprints on it. And when I first came here, I always thought to myself, I wanted to be on the posters, you know, as we all do. Now I think I've done one better. I'm actually doing the posters. So no matter who's on there, it's my fingerprints all over it. And, you know, it just goes to show this place is all about opportunities. When they got in contact with some people and they gave me an opportunity, now I'm able to do graphics and designs for one of the most popular wrestling podcast networks in all of wrestling. And ever since then, I've been able to use that to kind of elevate my portfolio. I can go to other people and say, I'm doing work for X, Y, and Z, and that improves my value. So this place is a testament. If you're not bound to be a wrestler or a referee or a manager, there are other parts of production that will not only get you opportunities in other places, but it will build your portfolio up. So if you reach out to other places that may be beyond wrestling, you could say, hey, I'm doing graphics for a company that has millions of viewers weekly. And that's something that I'm really proud of. And I have so much gratitude for MCW to allow me this opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think, as you see in all of the commercials and things for MCW, that they've been a stepping stone for so many, but most of the time you see it as the people that are in front of the screen. So the Jesse Kays and, the D. Edwards and, of course, Mickey James and even Lita coming through. So you might, unless I'm wrong, be the first one that this platform is helping you in a behind-the-scenes production way. And I would have to think you'd have more longevity in a position like that because you don't have to worry about, am I aging out or anything like that. As long as you can do what you do, you're okay.
Absolutely. And the running joke is my bump card has been checked years ago. You saw the video. I mean...
I was going to ask, what can the MCW fans expect to see next?
Well, that's the beauty of it. And I'm glad you asked that question because the sky's actually the limit. I don't know what's going on with the cartel right now. I honestly couldn't tell you. However, I do have my eyes on the future. And that future might involve being the main event all by myself, becoming the self-proclaimed ace of MCW, and then eventually parlaying that into having my graphic designs being featured on an AEW program. Who knows? Maybe even a WrestleMania.
Are we going to see more outfits like this?
One can only hope. I mean, you guys seem to be big fans, so...
Huge. I'm wondering if they have it in grown-up sizes.
Kim, it's really good seeing you again. That one episode of the podcast that you happen to be a part of, one of the highest rated, viewed episodes yet. So thank you, Kim, but more importantly, thank you because we're
a team.
Yeah.
I think we really know where the ratings came from. Yes, so
We're partners in crime here, but
my partners in crime, the cartel, might be right behind you.
I'm not looking this time.
Not only that,
Kim?
you've already told us that you haven't really been talking to them, so I'm not so sure they back you up. You might just be here all alone.
Well, I'm not alone. I have you two, and I have the MCW faithful to thank. So thank you for supporting all of our show's productions, and hopefully we can see you again real soon.
Thank you for stopping by.
You knew
You're
that
welcome.
was coming. We knew that was coming from the time we put him in the high chair. At some point, he was going to come back down.
Well, it's my bedtime. I need my bottle.
Good night.
Well, that was a fun episode of The Road Back.
You never know who's going to be in this chair next.
You don't, or how high the chair will be.
How high?
I wonder how long it is before he realizes that he forgot that flashy sweatshirt.
No. Maybe one of us can take it.
Does one of us?
Yoink!
A man who knows how
Who
to
put
make
that chair there?
knows how to make a low light reel and an exit.
On that note, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.